Leaf Wood, a rising rapper hailing from the streets of West Philly.
I'm a real mob member, nigga, this shit too in me. I don't think the law gon' forgive us, we got too many.
Who survived the streets of Philly.
I've been shot once, one time in my hand. I was driving like this. My hand went right there. Shit would've smacked me in my face.
Is now on his way to federal prison. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Leaf Wood going on a date with his girlfriend that may have cost him his rap career. Back in 2023, mass rapper Millie's would drop Risk Takers, reaching over 16 million views, featuring Jersey's own Albial and Philly's own Leaf Wood. This was Leaf's biggest feature in his career, next to Power by OT7 Kwani that hit 6.6 million. Leaf would drop a few songs of his own, gaining millions of views, and decline an offer to sign to ESTG, who he apparently saw as on the same level as himself. But one simple mistake would turn a rapper on the rise into a man in a cell. August 16, 2023, Leaf would visit the King of Prussia Mall, roughly a half hour away from Philly. Known for its luxury stores, the mall was no stranger to theft and crime.
At 5 tonight, investigators have released new details about the gun battle that erupted outside of the King of Prussia Mall.
Damn, they tore that bitch up. 1, 2, 3. About 3-4 bullet holes in that John.
Wiley is now facing attempted murder charges after investigators say he fired at police. Chaos and confusion at the King of Prussia Mall when a gun accidentally discharged. It happened near the food court, sending shoppers running for cover.
Officials ruled the use of force officers displayed inside a King of Prussia parking lot during an October shooting of a suspect as lawful. Police officers were physically threatened by Kalen Jackson. Jackson was armed and used a stolen car to ram police vehicles before officers opened fire.
One of the things students love about Culinary School Online with Escoffier is the toolkit.
I hate these dumbass ass.
Godless, Leaf would take his girlfriend to eat at Bahama Breeze. While inside, officers were on proactive detail in the parking lot, running vehicle registrations to see who they could fuck with. It just so happened Leaf hit the proactive lottery, as officers ran the registration on a black Dodge Challenger that came back as being stolen out of Philly. Further investigation would reveal the vehicle was a rental that hadn't been returned. While in the process of towing the vehicle, 26-year-old Khalif Wood, aka Leaf, exited the restaurant with his girlfriend. Leaf began running towards the vehicle until he saw uniformed police officers and the mocked police vehicle. That's when he turned around, sprinting back into the restaurant. Officers chased after him as Leaf made his way into the kitchen, where an employee witnessed him toss a handgun into a trash can. With tasers drawn, Leaf would be placed into custody while officers dug through the trash, locating a .40 caliber Glock with a switch. The employee would provide.
What made you go out there with a switch on the back of your gun, folks? What made you
police with a statement and identify Leaf as the one he saw throw the gun away. Leaf would be held in a county jail over the next 4 months while the feds looked into his criminal record. Back in 2019, Leaf was convicted of felony possession of a firearm and sentenced to 11.5 to 24 months. Because of his record, the feds would indict Leaf Wood for possession of a machine gun and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. It would take 9 months of fighting his case before reaching a plea deal. Leaf Wood would agree that the courts may impose a maximum sentence for possession of a machine gun, which is 10 years, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, which is 15 years, totaling to 25 years, followed by 3 years of supervised release and a $500,000 fine. Leaf would further agree that if he violates his supervised release, the original term of imprisonment may be increased by up to 2 years on each count, to where he would not only have to serve the original sentence, the time would increase and he'd receive no credit for time spent on supervised release. Now, Leaf Ward and the government came to an agreement that he'd receive 46 months in prison, or just under 4 years, followed by 3 years of supervised release. With that being said, it's up to a judge to make a final decision, but 46 months is expected to be the end result. Sentencing has been set for January 23rd, 2025. So essentially a date with his girlfriend while driving a stolen rental with a switch on his side could potentially cost Leaf Ward his career. Now 27 years old, he'll be over 30 by the time he's released, and statistically speaking, not many rappers blow over 30 years old, and not many rappers can make a comeback after prison. Now this is an example of the lifestyle you live being your downfall. He was caught with a gun previously, so he can never possess guns again at any point in his life.
Yeah.
He's a drill rapper.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the worst shit about being a convicted felon, bro. If y'all niggas don't know, I'll get y'all with a story time one day, but I'm not no motherfucking convicted felon, so I can legally go buy me a gun in my fucking name without, you know what I'm saying? But once that shit hit your record, it's like, damn, you know you can't legally buy that shit in your name. You gotta get it the illegal way, that shit. But that's the worst shit. Don't ever get caught into that shit, bro.
Living in one of the deadliest cities in America, where rappers literally, they're just going, you know? Everybody, maybe not everybody, but Philly is very much Chicago, New Orleans, Jacksonville. Philly is very much active. All you gotta do is just jump on Google. Maybe it's not rappers you're aware of, but the streets in Philly are very much active. And if you're gonna be rapping about certain things, you gotta be part of the program, and you're gonna get taken off the fucking map. So for Leaf Ward, while he, traveled to a restaurant outside of Philly, which is definitely smart, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to get recognized and killed. He was in a vehicle that was reported stolen, which he may not have known. And also apparently had a Glock with a switch, which there's no beating that. You know what I mean? Like, you could have taken an extra step and got your girlfriend, had her get a gun license, she keeps the gun in her purse, but you can't have a switch on that motherfucker regardless. She could have just had a regular Glock.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has
a switch in Bahama Breeze is crazy. But this is a part of living that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He has to be ready at all times for the worst thing to happen, so he gotta have it on him. And all it takes is a bored ass police officer in the parking lot to run a registration, see the shit stolen. And I mean, bro, it was just his reaction. Had he saw what was happening and didn't make a move, they probably would have found his fingerprints inside of the stolen vehicle, whatever, but that would have happened at a later time. He would have been able to Uber home from the restaurant. But just out of reaction, he runs up thinking he's about to check the fucking tow truck driver, and then he sees all these cops, and the cops see him. He takes off, they go after him, and they get him. So looking back on the situation, there's 100% ways you could have did this better, but if you want to just avoid all of the fuck shit, avoid the lifestyle in its entirety, and that's what's hard to do, especially when you want to be a rapper. So for y'all young motherfuckers that's watching this shit, take note, because he was on the fucking rise. His music is fire. Who he's collabing with is fire. I didn't know shit about Leaf Ward until Millie's put me on. Millie's invited me to one of his shows in Boston. I met Albial in the club after the fact, but Leaf Ward was supposed to be there, and he wasn't there. Mind you, this is his biggest feature. Leaf was supposed to be performing that motherfucker everywhere, but he wasn't there for whatever reason. And just because you're on the rise and you're willing to reject deals, that doesn't mean A stupid decision can't cost you every fucking thing. And that's the message of this video. Not that another rapper got time for a switch, but the simplest fucking decision can knock you off a path to greatness. Now his sentence is average for what it is. 4 years really ain't that bad, or just under 4 years for getting hit with a firearm and a switch as a felon. It's a major setback. If I took 1 year off of YouTube, my channel would be done. Never mind 4. And that's what I want y'all to take away from this video. Don't make a decision to where you gotta think, fuck, how am I gonna be able to come back after 4 years? Think of it now as I have the opportunity to do fucking whatever. And hopefully, when that stupid thought comes into your fucking head, you're mature enough to avoid it. Or maybe you'll remember this video and make a better decision. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Damn, hey, y'all shit, comment how y'all boys feel. That shit crazy. Yeah, that was the first time I heard of bro though. About a feature with Kwani. Shit, after that, I ain't hear no more songs from him. But shit, this why. His slow ass got caught with a switch while being a convicted felon in a stolen car. That shit stupid. Y'all let me know how y'all feel though, man. No cap.